Okay, we are back. And I do have to say, like, comment, and subscribe so that the messages can get out to whoever it need to get out to. Now, I know that you know what has been taking place. There's been a lot of spiritual warfare, and it was based off of your foes. I'm talking about the ones that jealousy and hatred and have envy in their heart for. It could be siblings. It could be folks in your neighborhood. It could be folks in your bloodline. Your elders that had it out for you because of what you hold and what the Most High has placed you at. They're now seeing that you're breaking through and you're about to get exactly and be exactly where you're supposed to be at. And they've been trying their best to stop you with witchcraft. They've been trying to send witches and warlocks in your dream to feed you food. They've been trying to get you to make covenants and make contracts in your dreams with people you don't even know. I mean, just last night, I had witnessed, I was in this neighborhood, some random neighborhood, and I was just walking around, and it was a horrible neighborhood. I mean, it was like literally like the projects. And I had my recorder, like my video recorder, and I was going around interviewing people, and it was just this person that kept following me and was like, "Man, you didn't interview me yet." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let me interview." And he was like, "What is the questions?" And I was like, "How you like this place?" He said, "How I like this place? I've been trying to get out this place for a minute." And the other girl, I'm not sure if they was together or they were related, but she was like, it's hell in this place. And it's like in different areas, it's better in different areas, but you got to go up. You got to go all the way up that hill. And they were telling me like the avenues, I have to go to it being like a better place. The man was like, well, I would probably miss, my people because we have a system here. It's not bad when you're in a system and everybody is part of a system, and we do what we do every day. And I was like, okay, what is that? What you do every day? And he was like, follow me. And she was like, follow me. And basically I was recording their day to day and the whole system that they got down there, and everybody was programmed to that system, and that's when I had woke up. And I was like, hold up, what was that about? And the spirit was letting me know that somebody was trying to take you back to a place where everybody was trapped to. Like, the spirit was telling me that you need to rebuke this because somebody is manipulating your timeline and trying to get you to go back to a place where everybody is trapped and everybody's okay with that system because they're programmed to that system. And that's exactly what that man told me in that dream. He told me that it's not really that bad when you're under a system, when everybody has their own system and we go by this system and we do our day-to-day life in this system. And I was like, why the freak am I here? And why am I interviewing these people? I feel like I don't belong here. Like, I feel like I'm just, I would be like literally a target here. And it felt so weird. I was just around interviewing people. And I literally woke up and literally the spirit was ministering to me and let me know that there's somebody trying to play with your timeline, trying to do black magic to try to get you to stay stagnant in a timeline where you will be trapped and you can't go forward, and you will be accustomed and programmed to that system whatever you're at. And I said, the devil is a liar. I start rebuking. I start canceling. And before I knew it, I had to go to the bathroom, and I felt like the Most High was cleansing me out or whatever that took place in that dream, because I didn't really eat anything, but stuff was coming out of me, the devils that are sending out their puppets, which is witches, warlocks, necromancers, and practitioners to try to manipulate your timeline and try to get you trapped in a place where they could control you like they were controlling everybody in that dream that I had. It just seemed as though literally that same time and that same hour, you will see folks at that same place, at that same hour of that day. Have y'all seen Who Cloned Tyrone? It was kind of like that. It was like, remember when that homeless man had nooned everybody that was going to go to that liquor store? And he was placed at the liquor store at the same time every day, seeing them same people come in at that same time every day. He knew every name. He knew what drink they was gonna get. He knew what person they was gonna actually be with, and where was they gonna go after they get that drink or they got whatever they got at that store. And that's the same how the system was in that dream that I so happens to, to be in. And it was so crazy. Like my mind, I was like, I gotta get up out this dream. So I had woke up and I was like, whoa, that was strange. But then again, as we looking around in our day-to-day, like reality, folks is in a program system. They are accustomed to that system and they don't see it being a trap. They don't see them being controlled, And what was told to me was, that's how this devil, evil force wants you to be, like everybody else. They don't want you escaping. They don't want you reaching a certain level and you becoming your own control of your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, your physical being. They don't ever want that to happen. They don't ever want you to gain control over yourself and your choices. They prefer you to be controlled like everybody else in this program system, going day to day according to what they say, according to what they say acceptable. And I was just in the spirit, like basically denouncing everything that this devil literally was trying to do, according to me, and also stating that I am not a vessel to be controlled. One day I'll be here, one day I may not be. One day I may be interested in this, and the other I may not. I roll off the beat of my own drum, depending on what am I guided to at that moment, according to the Most High. He's our leader. He tells us our next step. He ordered our next step. So it was just confusing to me until I got the foundation of what this adversary was trying to do. He's like, no, you're going to go here to this projects and we're going to try to program you like everybody else. But me, I was so high in vibration and I was in a whole different frequency, a whole different era, to the point where, I was looking at folks and if folks was looking at me like, you ain't supposed to be here, but you got your camera. So can you interview me? And I was interviewing them, just to see where they head at. Like, y'all like this? Like, y'all love, living here, and y'all love just doing y'all day-to-day in this, doing this, and they basically was letting me know, we don't see none of it. Everybody got their system, everybody cool with their system, everybody do what they do. We stay out of other people's, businesses, business, and, we do what we do, and they do what, they do. That's how programmed these folks in control, these folks was. And I just shook my head like, I thank God, that I didn't become a product of my own environment, because that will be sad. Because the things that the Most High is explaining to me on what he called me to, I wouldn't see no of it but my environment in the system, in the program system that I was put in. And I'm okay with it. I wouldn't think none of it, of believing in the Most High and what he called me to do or what he had for me. I wouldn't have no knowledge of this or even cared about it. Because my whole focus would have been on the product, being a product of my own environment. Yeah, I got my little dominion here in the projects, in the hood or in the neighborhood, and I don't see nothing else of it. And it's so sad to have your state of mind being programmed to just that. And, I don't mind getting up out of here, but it's better. It'll be better up the street. It's a better little neighborhood up the street. That's how far their mindset could go. It's up the street. And we come in contact with these people in our reality for real. When we tell them that, man, you're good at making music. Man, I see you just on the stage just going crazy. They like, nah, I just sing around in my neighborhood. And you'll see this person every day just sitting down on their porch singing with the most beautiful voice. And that's all. That's it. They don't see themselves doing nothing else with whatever their talent is but sitting on the porch just singing. And then you go down the street in your neighborhood and you see a person, a guy, that's like could draw an artist that's just crazy with drawing. I mean, everybody in the neighborhood come to him to draw them something, a design or whatever, something, you know. And you talk to him and be like, man, I see you, open up a shop or maybe doing a contract with somebody at a shop so that eventually you're gonna start your own business because I never seen this type of talent of an artist before. And I just see you moving and you doing way better than just being in the neighborhood, just drawing for people. Nah. I love drawing for people in the hood. Like I love drawing for people in the neighborhood. This is a blessing for me. That's it. That's it. That's all you see yourself doing when you got all this talent. The world is your oyster. You know how many people will want to have service of how your hands and what you create and what you do, your voice, how beautiful your voice is and how it can heal people. It can get people out of the worst situations that they ever been in just listening to your voice. Nah, I'm good. I love my I love what I do in my day to day. I feel blessed. Oh, yeah, you blessed. Nobody's saying you ungrateful, but there's more to this. They don't see it. Because the adversary got their mind so far gone and programmed and controlled to this is it right here. Those who got an ear to hear, stay fearfully and stay wonderfully made.